Hello, everybody. My name is Christina, and this is Behind the Review. So, today's video, I will be talking about the 2018 movie Peter Rabbit. I have never seen this movie before, and for some reason, going into this movie, I don't know why I got it into my head that I thought I had heard bad things about this movie, but while I was watching it, I was like, this is really cute. This is funny. I did have several laugh out loud moments. Like quite literally. Whether it be some type of physical comedy or something that one of the characters said. Yeah, I had several laugh out loud moments, and I really enjoyed this movie. I I don't know. Find words come to me. I don't, to be honest, I don't have a lot to say about this movie. Um, it's probably because I was so invested in the story that I was enjoying the comedy. I was enjoying all the little rabbits that were just so cute. And I'm not usually a big rabbit person, but these rabbits were really adorable. And so, yeah, I don't know. I there may have been a couple things that I noticed um to no, nitpick is not the right word. Um I don't know. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say. I'll just put it at that. I don't have anything bad to say. And there were several voices that or not, I don't know about several, but there were one or two voices that I recognized and I knew who they were. Then there were a couple of other ones that I feel like I had heard before, but I couldn't quite figure out who the actor or the voice actor was or actor. Um, but yeah, so I honestly don't have a lot to say. I really thought this was funny. There was a what was it? It was well, when it first started, you had these birds. I don't know if they were doves or pigeons. I couldn't quite figure out what kind of birds they were, and they were singing. So I go I started thinking, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a musical?" And something had happened when after they landed, I think they landed on the ground or in a tree or something, that they ended up getting run over. Well, not run over, but they ended up getting tackled by either it was a rabbit or a fox or something. So it stopped them from singing. And so I was like, oh, so it's not a musical. It was just, I thought it was, well, first of all, when they got knocked over, I thought it was hilarious. Probably one, because I wasn't expecting it. And yeah, it was, but it was also kind of funny. It's also the sound effects that happens when they get knocked over. Um, where I started going with something about musical. Hmm. It was, so it wasn't a musical. And it was, I found it interesting that uh, they had at times um went from live action into animation, but the animation parts like the drawings for it was like they basically brought um like the storybook of Peter Rabbit to life, basically, because that's what it looked like. And I'm assuming that they did that on purpose, but I don't know for sure. I can't say, but that was just my interpretation, and I actually thought that was really clever. I never would have thought to do that. Yeah, I don't have wow, I really don't have a lot to say. I don't really have any notes for this. However, there is one scene somewhere toward the beginning. I think it's within the first 20 minutes or so, give or take. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but there is the the house that's in the countryside, basically where the main story takes place, had all of the wild animals in the countryside in the UK, were basically throwing a party because the house was now vacant, and they threw a party. And so there was I believe she was a hedgehog, um was had a tray, or she whatever she was using as a tray to hand out hors d'oeuvres like you would at a party. But she goes around and she calls it horse d'oeuvres. I thought that was so funny. I knew what she meant, but I thought it was so funny. I was like, horse d'oeuvres. I never heard it pronounced that way. I actually had to look up how to spell it because I had no idea. But yeah, so there was a lot of physical comedy. There was somewhere toward the beginning. I don't know how far into the movie. We got a bit of a backstory, and um, it was a sad and it was a heartbreaking story. But at least we have an idea of where at least one of these characters is coming from, like some of his actions that he does. And it's, at least we have a little bit of a backstory, but it was pretty heartbreaking. There was so for anybody who has seen this movie, there is also a scene where there's a whole bunch of like explosives, like I believe it was dynamite sticks, because the new guy who moves into the vacant house um wants to get rid of the rabbits because he doesn't want the rabbits bothering him in his home. He doesn't want them bothering the stealing the fruits and vegetables out of the garden. That he basically he wanted to get rid of them altogether. Um, Luckily, the rabbits got out of their burrow from under the tree in time. But when the tree explodes and topples over into I believe her name is Bea, like Bea Arthur, topples over to her house and wrecks a portion of her house. Um, Peter, who was the one who actually, Peter Rabbit, who actually had the remote, because it fell out of the neighbor's journal or book or something. And he basically was setting him up to make him look bad by detonating, pushing the button on the detonator to set off the dynamite because it was like remote or something. And it was just after seeing Bee's reaction and her expressions and how devastated she was that her house has now been ruined from the toppled over tree, the look that Peter Rabbit was giving based on Bee's reactions made me tear up. I'm going to be honest. It made me tear up because you can tell he felt bad. You could tell he felt sorry. Like he couldn't believe what he had done. But just looking in his eyes, it's a cartoon. He's a cartoon. He's an animated creature. But just looking at his eyes, all I saw were the puppy dog eyes that my little Yorkie used to give to me at times. And it was just making me miss him even more. So it was that was all I could see. But yeah, it was, although there was a lot of comedy, there was some things that were sad and to some people was heartbreaking. But overall I thought this was a really good movie. I would watch it again in a heartbeat. I would totally watch this again. Would I give this 5 stars? No, I didn't think it was 5 stars. I would give it 4 stars, 4.5 stars maybe. If you haven't seen this movie and you have kids, this is a good family movie. Yeah, if you have kids or if you feel like a kid, I say watch this movie. I really liked it. I thought it was funny. I think the kids would definitely enjoy all the goofiness that the animals are doing. There's also another scene that made me go, what? Because it was kind of like this montage type of thing on kind of like the connection between Bee and the new neighbor Thomas. They're going out and doing things together, but they live in the countryside. So there's they're riding bikes, they're running through meadows and whatever. But there was one scene where they were hanging out in the field between their houses, or at least that's what it looked like based on the shot. And I believe they were roasting marshmallows. But my issue with that was the wood was not on anything. Like, it wasn't in a fire pit. There wasn't a hole dug. It was in the grass, and the grass was pretty tall. Like, it needed to be cut. And I'm like, this is really, you're gonna do this with grass. I'm like, you're going to set the grass on fire. How is that not a safety issue? Of course, based on the camera angle, I don't know if there actually was anything, but based on the very brief shot that we see of the little fire that they had built to roast their marshmallows, didn't look safe. To be honest, I was like, But of course, I don't know what, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to live in the countryside in another country. I mean, I don't know. So maybe that's a thing, but from my perspective, I didn't think that it was safe. Just saying. Yeah, I really don't have a lot to say about this. I really like this movie. Give this movie give this movie a shot if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. I'd say 4.5 stars out of 5 for this one. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I really had any issues other than their little mini bonfire for doing their s'mores or marshmallows. yeah, I mean, I really don't know what else to say. Um, James Corden voices Peter Rabbit. I believe there's also Daisy Ridley. I believe she's the one from Star Wars. And there's also, that I noticed from the credits, was Margot Robbie. Um, and then there's also, he had a small role, but also, oh my gosh, what's his name? Uh, the guy from Jurassic Park, the original one. Is it Ryan Ne? Is it? Oh my gosh, what's his name? Neil. His last name is Neil. Um, but yeah, he's in it too. He's a small role. You don't recognize him physically, but when he talks, uh, I knew that it was him based on his voice. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed this movie. It was cute. It was funny. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm out of words. And yeah, so if you like this video, remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Leave any comments down below for suggestions of movies. I do not do horror movies. Sorry, everybody. I don't like the feeling of being scared. But if there is a movie that is like a spoof on a scary movie, well, like I have seen Scary Movie 3. I might be okay with doing that. But send any movie suggestions in the comments below. Yeah, I'm I have no I blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what else to say. I really like this movie. Give it a shot if you haven't seen it. Um yeah, I that's all I got for yeah. That's all I got. I like 2 3 things of notes here. And yeah, hope you like this video. I almost said hope you like this movie. Well, I hope you like this movie too. Um and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day whenever you're watching this. And hope to see you all soon. Bye.